Fixture taking place at FNB Stadium on Sunday, and the kickoff is at 6 p.m. Kaizer Chiefs, the home team. We've already heard from Free Agents FC. Kaizer Chiefs, of course, today represented by Coach Khalil, in absence of Coach Nabi, for obvious reasons. And maybe, Coach, if you can just start, with your opening remarks, thoughts. Not sure how much, how much homework you've done on free agents. It might still be difficult to, get info on them. But just your thoughts leading into this one.
Thank you so much. First, I have to say thank you for our analyst department. Really, it was difficult for them to record a lot of information about the team free agents, but they did well. We saw last 3 or 4 games. We know that they make two draw. They won 2 games and they lost 1 game. We have not big information about this team, but let me say I have maybe 60-70%. We prepare about free agents, how they play, the model game, how they process in the attack, how they defend. We saw the positive points, also the weak points. And we have this week to prepare our game. Always this kind of game, it's mentally game. We have to prepare ourselves mentally to be ready for the game, inshallah.
Okay, Coach, we'll take questions from the floor. Starting with Kamu, the microphone. This is Kaizer.
Okay, Coach Khalil from Waya-Waya. Coach, Kaizer Chiefs has been falling on the sort of teams from the lower league for the past 6-7 years or so. Right now as well, drawn against free agents. What's your thinking, especially when you look at the history, falling down on the sort of lower teams? Going into the fixture on Sunday, what has been the conversation about amongst the team and making sure that you change that history?
To be honest with you, this problem is not only for Kaizer Chiefs. That happen always. There is the team in lower division when they play against the team first division. They struggle. They have a lot of problem. Like I said, it's mentally problem because this team, they don't have pressure. If they win the game, they win everything for them. If they lose, no one can blame them about they lose the game because there is difference between the level. I know we have a lot of problem when we play against team lower division. We discuss a lot we make individual meeting with our players. We discuss a lot with them to prepare themselves. They have to prepare themselves mentally about this game. History, yes, I know there's a lot of situation. Even last season, it was we lost against a team from lower division. We try to do our best to prepare our player mentally to be ready for this game.
Thank you, Coach. We move on to next questions. Show of hands. Are there any? Oh, Rani. Sure.
Good afternoon, Coach Khalil. We need to electronic auditors use.
Yes, thank you.
Free agent coaches issued a stand when the Chiefs perspective. And what is your message to them?
Sorry, I don't hear you.
I'm saying free agent coaches issued a stand when that your team was fully prepared. And what is your message to them?
For us as a coach, always when you play cup game, we have to be careful, and we have to be careful when we play against team lower division. Like I said, first we have to prepare our player mentally. Always we say this is a very difficult game, it's a tough game. Not like if you play big team against big team or big club, the player he will prepare himself already because he have to perform, he have to do well. In all Africa, we have the same problem when we play against team lower division. In our mentally, we think that we win the game before we play it. And for that, we discuss, like I said, we discuss a lot with them. We prepare them that this game it will be one of the difficult game in this season. We know what we have to do. We know from the starting of the game what we have to do. We prepare everything about this team. We saw a lot of game of their last 5 games. We saw a lot of game. I think our players they know what they have, not big experience, but they have little experience that they know, because this kind of problem we have it last season or the season before when we played against low division and we struggle. So I think it's for us to work in, but the players they know it's what they have to do in this game.
Going to Karabo. Give him the mic. Kamo, I thought you were going to give us some Arabic. Maybe Karabo will save us. Karabo, that's it.
No, not even.
You speak Arabic?
No.
Let's try.
I don't.
Let's try.
No, I don't.
Okay. I will teach you.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Coach, 2 or 3 times you speak about preparing the players mentally. Can you just expand as to how do you prepare them mentally? Because it's quite important, particularly preparing for the club. So how do you prepare the players mentally? Because you've mentioned it 2 or 3 times.
When you start to explain for the players the problem, what this kind of problem we can get in the game. If we start the game, we concede 1 goal with pressure of our fans. It will be big pressure for us. When we make some situation in the game to make a lot of pressure for the players. We try to put them always under pressure to think only that it's tough game, because it's tough game for us. If it was against team from first division, it will be we prepare ourselves already. But always, like I said, team from lower division, we have to discuss a lot. It's mentally work. Also, we have our mentally coach. He work with us, and he try also to make individual meeting with the players. And I can't explain a lot about that, but it's our work, how we prepare our players.
Nemo?
Good afternoon, Coach. Coach, just on the Tashreeq Morris signing, firstly, what did Chiefs sort of see in him? But also, secondly, still in the basing light, how much of an impact is Saida's departure as well?
Maurice signed.
Coach?
He signed Maurice?
Yes, sir.
Really? When?
Coach Kevin Hunt just confirmed right now. Prior.
But I saw him upstairs. He don't say nothing. I was with him now. Maybe if you have information, give us. In my side, I don't see Morrison in my training. When we see Morrison with us or our department, they post that we sign with him, I will answer for you. But at this moment, I don't. I see Morrison just when we played against them. I remember we prepared team up when we played against them. Said is with us. He was with me in the morning, and we'll make lunch together now.
Okay. Okay, Bravo.
Coach, in the context of the season, how important is it for Kaizer Chiefs to do well in this tournament?
To be honest with you, when we discuss with the board, our project is to build our team. Then next year or in 2 or 3 years, we have to fight for the league. And second, you have to come back. When I was young, I remember always I saw Kaizer Chiefs in African Cup. They played always final, semi-final. It was one of the best teams in Africa. So when we come here, just for 2 things, we have to come back to Africa. If we want to come back to Africa, you have 2 choices. You have to finish in the top 3 or to win this cup. So for that, we know as a big team, every competition you play to win the competition. If you play the league, you have to play to win the league. If you play to any cup, you have to play to win the cup. We have to play to win, but after God, what He prepared for us, we will do our best, and we don't know after the result.
Thank you. Moving on to Velile. So Ramada, you seem unhappy here. Are you covered? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. He's getting the scoop.
Yes, coach, I'm here. Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Shukran. Alhamdulillah.
You know Arabic. Now you know Arabic.
Yeah. Coach, I know that last week at the village you asked you more about defensively how you would like to improve, and I saw a lot of improvement, especially in the game against Spokane in terms of the distances. As a team that also likes to utilize the space behind, you didn't give them that. Maybe you can tell us more what goes into this kind of an improvement, and obviously different teams will approach you differently, but to come out with the clean sheet from that game and neutralize the team that has been doing so well in terms of navigating the space in your defense, because if you look, Chiefs has been scoring goals. Maybe the challenge has just been how you contain. So how do you plan, especially looking at this game that is coming now and even the following game, to maintain and build up on these clean sheets?
I remember you asked me the same question when you was in the village, and I will give you the same answer. For us in the football, we don't think about how we defend, how we attack. There is a lot of time in the football. When you have the ball, when you lose the ball, when you recover, when immediately when you lose the ball, when you don't have the ball, strategic ball. Every situation we work inside. You said we have. I agree that we concede a lot of goal, but I have to answer. I have to say for you, that's how many opportunity each team they have when they play against us, and how many opportunity we make and we have when we play. You will see each game we play, we have more than 5-6 opportunity 1v1 with the goalkeeper, and the other team they have only 1 or 2 opportunity. The problem, they was so lucky. There is some goal. If you repeat it a lot of time, never they can't repeat the same action. Sometimes they make shoot from 40 meters. Sometimes I don't know in English what you can say. It's closed for the goalkeeper. He can score, but he score. But for us, 1v1 with keeper, we are unlucky. But in the football, when you create a lot of opportunity and you don't score, always you are on the risk that you can concede. The problem for us, like I said for you, all the team they play against us, they make 1 or 2 opportunity and they score one of them. Then they come back and they start to win the time. They start to block, to make low block. Defensively, we work a lot. We know our mistake. We know that there is no team in the world they don't have weak points. We know our weak points. We know our model game. When we try to play, it's offensive. We give a lot of space behind for the opponent team. We try always to how we have to do to manage this space, and we work on inside a lot of time in the training.
The coach, do we have any takers for the last round of September?
Sports coach, your team has actually had some good performances from young players. I mean, young people, Shabalala, Bilagazi, brothers coming from the bench, and there's one in our lately, he got a man of the match. And coming against a team like Three Agents, less known, how do you then work around the younger players that you have to actually keep on carrying you through to the next round, looking at the opponents that you play?
Our young players, they have a lot of quality. They have a lot of quality. Let me say it's our best players, our young players. The problem with the young players, when they perform one game and they start to speak in the social media about them, they think that's finished for them. Already it's done. So for that, we try always to protect them. Sometimes we see they start the game and they perform they did very well, but the second game you will find this player, he is in the bench. For that, always we try to make individual meeting with them to encourage them that they make very good, but they have to keep working and stay focused in work, because no one can continue and no one can perform if he don't continue to work. Always we give example from Cristiano Ronaldo. If you see the legend Cristiano Ronaldo, he scored more than 900 goals. And every game you see how he play, how he perform, and how he continue to work. That's some example. We try to bring it for the players from basketball, from different competition. How if you want to be in the high level, if you want to go outside, if you want to be a professional, to play outside in different country, how you have to perform. To be honest with you, they did very well and they performed the training, and always we try to protect them from you, from the media, from everybody.
Michael, good afternoon, Coach. Coach Nasruddin Nabi has spoken a lot about how they used to watch this team, like you guys watched it for a couple of months. Could you perhaps just, when you guys took on the job, did you anticipate it perhaps being this difficult? And maybe from a club that you guys have been watching for so long, why has it been so difficult to actually get things going?
Thank you for your question. You know, when you start a new project, there is a lot of problem inside. The first problem that's is different league. If I speak up about myself, I was in different league in Saudi Arabia, in Qatar, in Emirates, Tunisia, Morocco. To be honest with you, this league is totally different about the other league. It's for us, it was not tough, but it was. We took a lot of time to understand this league. Second, we are unlucky about injury. We have a lot of injury in this season, and all our injury it was fracture. For now, I will speak about the players. There is some of our players they're so smart. So when we try to explain for them our model game, just you repeat 1 or 2 times, done. And there is another type of players that we have to repeat a lot of time with them, because to be honest with you, they don't have big experience, not big experience, but big background in tactic. So we try to make individual meeting to explain for them how they play. There is some of players they play like they was in development or the young, just without tactic. So for that they took a lot of time to understand our model game, and to make your model game in process and you continue, you have to keep the same squad. For us, there is a lot of problem inside. We start with Dove, fracture. Then we start with Castillo, fracture. Then Cirino, Mchini, Bradley Cross. So we are in a situation in every game we have to change. And when we change, sometimes we change also the model game, the instruction inside the model game, we try to change something. And if it was maybe next year or after 2 years when our players they understand everything about our idea, it will be easy for us. But now to change with them, we have to work inside in the training, and sometimes we play every 2 games, every 2-day games, so we don't have time to explain a lot for them. It was, to be honest with you, it was difficult for us. That's some of our problem in the work.
Okay, last one, Khalil.
Coach, you make a very great example in regards to Cristiano Ronaldo scoring 900 goals. He wants more. How do you do that with your players? You know, he performs very well. How do you keep him at that level to be hungry? And not only just maybe a certain player, but all the players that you said, that's what this brand demands. You know, demands you to be at top level at every game. How do you ensure that these players keep at an optimal level and don't get, you know, the social media hyping around them to say you've arrived?
To be honest with you, it's very difficult, because it's culture. You have or you haven't. But we try to study with the players how we study this culture to be performed in your life out. You know, the players is with us, all the players it's with us only 2 hours or 3 hours. There is another 23 hours we don't know about the players, nothing about the life outside, how you take rest, how you eat. Is different from players to other players. There is some players, there is professional in our mentally professional, so they know what they have to do when they go back to the home. There is another players, there's no professional, so they make a lot of mistake. We try to show them that this culture, if you want, it's your job. If you want to continue and to perform, we are lucky in football, to be honest with you. We work only 2 or 3 hours per day. And there is another work they work more than 8 hours or 10 hours, and they get less salary. So for that, we have to say thanks God, and you focus about also the life of the football players. Maybe we say 10 years, 12 years. In these 10 years, you have to get a lot of money to make like guarantee about your life. So for that, we try to explain for them a lot of time. But me, I explain like that. Then people outside, they said, you are the best. You make everything good. You are the best player in South Africa. Coach Nabi don't like you. For that, you don't play. And that's the life. We try to help him. Sometimes from outside, some people from outside, they try to keep our players. So how we manage, it's our daily routine.